baby, got me staring at you. So I'm crazy, won't you bend that back for me? We won't stop, got your feet both locked. You get to fly with me.
Hey guys, welcome back. So I am finally back home from the little vacation, but I'm not gonna do the green screen today because I'm literally exhausted. I'm really tired. It's a little bit late here already. So I'm just gonna be doing screen recording, and yeah, tomorrow it'll be all back to normal. You will see me face to face tomorrow, but for today, excuse me if I'm rambling around a little bit here in this video. So let's get to it. I'm going to be doing Bitcoin, BTC USD, and Bitcoin Cash versus USD as well. So guys, not a lot, right? I have been saying for a long time, guys, that we could be consolidating with this much volatility between this resistance and this support down here. This is between 3,400 and 4,300. So this is basically what's been happening since I have been saying. I was expecting when we were here breaking out of this triangle, we broke out in the bullish side, and the target was at 4,300. So this target was expected, but as it happens sometimes, you get fake outs and then you reverse. And when you reverse, usually you make this target in the downside, which is in this case 3,400 more or less here. So basically we're consolidating in this area, and what I said, since we hit this low here, which was at the 200 week moving average, 200 week moving average in the weekly time frame. If you go to the weekly time frame, you will see we bounced exactly at the 200 week moving average, simple moving average. And I said when we hit that moving average that I was expecting that we would be bouncing all the way up to the diagonal resistance line, which I have been showing in all my videos as well. It comes from all the way up from the top of the bubble, and then it touches here, and that's the diagonal resistance line that's going to be dictating the whole bear market. And until this line is not broken in the upside, then there's zero confirmation that we finish the bear market. So we're still in a bear market because we are below this diagonal resistance line. And what I was saying is I expected to bounce on the 200 week moving average, which we did, and then we would be going up to the diagonal resistance line, which is also at the same level with the 20 week moving average if you look at the weekly chart, which I have been showing in every video as well. So I'm not going to show it here, but you can go and check yourself. And so I said we either bounce hard here and we go straight to this diagonal line and then reject from here, or we go kind of sideways until we actually until we get to the line and then we get rejected. So if we bounce hard straight to the line, we can make it as high as $5,000. Now if we start going sideways here, with this much volatility, by the time the price touches the diagonal line and the 20 week moving average on the weekly time frame, we won't be able to make it as high because these lines are downtrending. This line is downtrending, and the 20 week moving average on the weekly time frame is also downtrending. So if the price starts to go sideways, by the time it touches this line, it won't be as high. It would be maximum at 4,300 or something like that. And so this is what it seems it's happening so far. Of course, anything can change anytime, but so far it seems we are doing the second option, which is go sideways here until we touch the diagonal resistance line, instead of bouncing hard and when going to the line up to $5,000. It seems we're doing the other option, which is going sideways with this much volatility between support and resistance until we actually touch the line, and this can extend here until March or something like that. If we were to go sideways here in this channel here between these blue lines, if we make it here all the way to the end until we touch the line, let's say we go more or less sideways here, this can extend until March. If we start breaking up now and going and start going vertical up, then by the time we touch the line, we can make it higher. We can make it to 4,600 or even 4,900, something like that. And then the third possibility, which is the one that I find less likely, but of course nothing is ever impossible, is that we break down from here. But the reason I find it super unlikely that we're gonna break the previous lows and capitulate, the reason I don't think this is going to happen anytime soon is because we have so much support here at this level, at this low, around $3,000. We have the 200-week moving average, the 50-month moving average, and we also have the most significant high from 2017, which is $3,000. If you remember that bubble that we had in 2017, the top was at $3,000, so that made a very strong support at this level. So we have triple super strong support at $3,000 more or less. So that's why I doubt a lot that we're gonna break through all that support like nothing. I think before we break $3,000 and capitulate, I think we're gonna go up to this line here. Actually, let me just go to the weekly because it's easier to see from here. The 20-week moving average, which is the red line here. This is the 20, the blue is the 50, and the purple is the 200. So, what I expect by probability is that before we actually capitulate and break previous lows, if we break previous lows, I think first we're gonna go revisit the 20-week moving average, which is this red moving average here. So the thing is, are we gonna go there like straight up, or are we gonna touch it by going sideways here and extend this sideways movement until March or longer? I don't know. That's what I don't know. I cannot predict that. But if you want to do the buy and hold, then there's nothing for you to do here yet. Only wait. You need to continue to wait until we touch the 20-week moving average, if it happens, and then probably get rejected there, and then you would be buying that dip. So there's a long wait if what you want to do is buy and hold. Now, if you want to trade, day trade or swing trade or do short-term trading, then you go into the 4 hours, and then you buy support and sell resistance, buy support and sell resistance. Where are support and resistance? Well, support is between 3.5K and here 3.4K. Anywhere near these lines is support. You buy here. Use a stop loss. Of course, if you're doing swing trading or day trading, you need to use a stop loss because nothing is ever guaranteed in trading. But you buy you buy support, use a stop loss, and then you sell resistance. What is resistance? Well, resistance is here between this first blue line at 4,160 and the second blue line at 4,300. This is your resistance. So you would be buying here in this line, and you will be selling here in this line. And if you would have been doing that, you would have been doing pretty well, since I have been saying this was a possibility. We could be bouncing here between support and resistance, and we bounced. So far we are bouncing. We bounced perfectly at this support. So if you wanted to do the trading, you would have bought at this level, and now you would be waiting, and you would have already raised your stop loss to entry level. So this doesn't cost you any money if it reverses and it breaks down, and then waiting and then selling when it approaches these levels of resistance up here. I hope the concept is clear, guys. Now let's move on to Bitcoin Cash, and I have the 4 hours. What do we have here? Well, guys, we hit the target like perfect. If you've seen my previous 2 videos that I talked about Bitcoin Cash, you will probably remember that I said when this triangle broke in the downside, I said the target is 120. I had this target here since then, well, since before it broke actually. And then, but I said this diagonal, this line here, this diagonal line, black line, is a very strong support line as well. It comes from all the way from the past. Please watch my previous videos if you need to draw this line in your own chart, but it comes from these lows here, and then you extend it, and then it was also support here, significant support if you see, and once it broke, it capitulated because it's a significant line. So I said this line will be acting as a support, so I expect the price to find some support at this line, but if it doesn't bounce hard and if it starts downtrending following this line, then we will probably make the target at $120 here. And this is exactly as I described it. I said this is, once it just broke out with volume, I said, okay, this is going down to this downtrend line, and then if it doesn't bounce hard, it'll be downtrending following this line, and then it'll break down to hit the target. And that's exactly what happened. Now, what can we expect from here? Well, basically what I said for Bitcoin. Consolidating between support and resistance, probably until we make it to this diagonal trend line, which is also at around the same level with the 20-week moving average. And so the same two options that I explained for Bitcoin, BTC, we either bounce from here and start going up more aggressively, and then by the time we touch the line and the 20-week moving average in the weekly time frame, we will be able to make it higher, anywhere between $300 and $400, or we simply consolidate at this level for a very long time here, for months, until we touch this line, because this line is downtrending and the price is going sideways. So this is going to take a long time until we touch the line, and the price won't make it as high. So maybe $200 or maybe less than $200, and I expect rejection and I'd say capitulation once we touch this line, whenever that is. Again, if we start going up here, we will touch it faster and we will make it higher. If we don't, if we just consolidate here, it'll take a lot longer. But what I expect is rejection when we touch these lines here, this diagonal resistance line, which is happening all across different coins. I'm showing only Bitcoin, BTC, and Bitcoin Cash, but you see very, very similar patterns all across. So some coins are already very close from this line, and some coins are very far away from this line. The coins that are already at the line, I was looking at one of these coins that already touched the line, and I can't remember which coin it was now, but I was looking at one altcoin, can't remember which one, and it was already rejecting from the diagonal resistance line and from the 20-week moving average. So if your coin is already touching this line or very close, expect rejection earlier, because that's a very, very strong resistance, unless these coins are able to break out of this line with volume, and then I would anticipate a bull run for the altcoins that get to actually break out of this resistance. But if not, it's better to assume continuation, and continuation means rejection as soon as we touch this line. So if the coin is close from this line, expect rejection earlier than other coins. The coins that are farther from this line, like is the case for Bitcoin Cash, we're very far away. It means we have more room to go up because we don't have that much resistance pressure above the price, and it can uptrend more than the other coins that are closer from resistance. So I hope the concept is clear, guys. I wouldn't discount a little bit more of a low here before it start going up. It could happen because we are now below the 61.8, so we could easily make it to the 78.6. So your support, if you intend to day trade this, if you're using this for day trading or swing trading, or for short-term trading, not to buy and hold, then you buy support and sell resistance. And in this case, support is between 100 and 120. I know it's a big gap here between the two, but that's why you need to use a stop loss in these cases, and your stop loss can be this wide. It's okay. You're going to be selling then at resistance, which is these highs here between 210 and 230. So that's your resistance, these highs here, and these are your supports between 120 and 110, something like that. Between 100 and 120 you would be buying here using a stop loss, and then selling when it approaches previous highs here. And if it happens like what I said for Bitcoin, we could be going sideways with this much volatility until we touch the diagonal resistance line. So guys, I'll leave it here. I hope it's clear what I'm trying to say. I'm a little bit tired today, so I hope I'm being clear here with what I'm trying to explain. And yes, I'm just gonna go get a shower, get some rest, and tomorrow we'll be back to normal. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.